The good ones I forgot to screen record, so I think it's lagging since I'm doing this, but I hope not. Let me see what your brother's saying. Just a minute, honey. AJ, first of all, he wants you to know that he loves you very much. He's sorry. He died so young. Oh my gosh, he died so young. 25 is so young. But he wants you to know that he's okay. He's okay. Did you want to know that if your brother died in peace? Bye, Kim. Thank you, darling. I thank you so much for what you're helping me with. Appreciate you. AJ, did you want to know if your brother had died in peace? Because I feel like that's what he's telling me to ask you. He says, I did. He says, I did die in peace. I want you to understand that, he says. Does the month of August mean anything to you, AJ? I just heard August with your brother. Were you really, really close with your brother? That's okay. That's okay. It might be for something else, darling. Don't worry about it. I just heard December as well. Does December mean something to you? Same age for a month. Ah. Was he your younger brother? That's okay. I don't have to. Was he? I feel like he was your younger brother. I just heard younger. I feel like he was your younger brother. Okay, that's what he told me. He was younger. He's like, I just want you to know that I'm okay. I just want you to know I'm okay. Did your brother die in his sleep? Because I just heard sleep. I feel like your brother was sleeping when he passed away. Okay, he died in his sleep. That's what he told me. He said, I passed away in my sleep. I don't know. Okay. I know your brother was young, but do you know if he had problems with his heart? And did you lose him about a year or two ago, honey? Okay, this is what I'm seeing. This is why I asked you about problems with his heart. I literally just 2 years ago, okay, because he told me a year or two ago. I'm going to tell you something. He literally just told me heart attack. I got goosebumps. When I have goosebumps, this is the truth, darling. Your brother told me that he had a heart attack in his sleep and he passed away. Look, I know he was only 25, but young people also, I have goosebumps galore. Oh my God. When I have this, so he did pass away of a heart attack, really? Because that's what he told me. That's what he told me. He said he had a heart attack. He said he died in his sleep. He didn't even know what hit him. Yes, that's what he told me. Now, remember when you said I couldn't reach your brother and nobody's been able to reach him? I told you I would be able to. Do you know if he had a heart defect? I feel like he had some kind of heart defect or his heart just wouldn't. Like, I know you do, darling. I can feel your pain. I can feel your misery. I get it. I do feel that. And he's like, I'm so sorry, sis. It just was something that happened. He said I couldn't control what happened, he says. He says, but I want you to know that I felt no pain whatsoever because he was asleep. I know he said he was telling me to tell you to please stop crying, he says. Please stop crying. He hates when you cry. I had a phone call. Hold on. I had a phone call, you guys. I had to stop it. He says, I'm sorry that I'm gone from you, but he wants you to know that he's okay, my love. He's okay. Are you 28, AJ? Because I literally just heard 28. You guys, I'm doing a reading for AJ. You guys, please hold comments. Please hold comments. I'm doing a reading for AJ. You guys, please be respectful. He would be 28. Okay, okay. That's where the 28 comes from. I gotcha. Very good, very good, very good. I'm hearing December again. I don't know. Did I already ask you about December? Because I'm hearing December again. I don't know if I already told you that or not. You're 29 now. Okay, darling. He's like, did you feel like he was more like your twin? Because you guys were born so close together. That's okay, darling. It's okay. I can be off on the months. No worries. But that's what he told me. He said, I just want to let you know, AJ, I'm going to put this on my YouTube if you don't care. Because I try to put examples of what I can do on my YouTube so people can see. I just want you to know, he said, I'm okay. He says, yeah. Because he says that he misses you tremendously. He said it was painless because he just went to sleep and never woke up. You know, but this is what he tells me. He was confused when he crossed over. He was confused when he crossed over because he thought he was still sleeping. And then when he crossed over, he realized that he was gone. And there was this extreme sadness from your brother because he says I have goosebumps again. Ooh, I have goosebumps up the yin yang. He says that he regrets not saying goodbye to you because he said it tears you up that you didn't get to say goodbye to him, doesn't it? You visited him in the morgue. Oh, he was there with you when you did that, darling. He was standing next to you. He was standing next to you, he says, when you did that. He said it tears you up that you didn't get to say goodbye to me. Is that right? It's not your fault. He says, listen, this is what he's telling me. He says, stop. I want you to release your guilt. I just got big, big goosebumps. He says, I want you to release your guilt because it's not your fault. It's not. He said, please don't feel guilty. He says, I'm right. Listen, he's right here. I wouldn't be able to do this. He says, release your guilt. He says, I release you of your guilt, sis. I feel like he called you sis. He says, I release you of your guilt because what happened to me was just a freak thing. I know he told me, darling. I know. He says, oh, I'm going to cry. He says, don't cry. I'm here for you. He says, don't cry. I'm okay. I know how much you miss me. I do. I get it. I understand. But he doesn't want you to cry because he loves you so much. He said he never could stand to see you cry. Is that right? He said, I hated when my sister cried because there's nothing I could do when she cried. There was just nothing I could do when she cried. He said he hated to see you cry. Yeah, he was a good guy. Your brother was a good person. Did he have a girlfriend at the time of his death? He's talking about a girlfriend or having a girlfriend. Thanks for holding the comment, you guys, and letting her just comment. I appreciate you so very much. Means a lot to me, you guys. Thank you so much. You're still crying, he said. Tell her to stop crying. I'm not laughing at you crying. I'm just laughing at you. What he told me, he says, tell her to stop crying right now, he says. Sorry, you guys. I know. He says, I'm sorry. He says, I love you so much. But he wants you to know he's still with you. He just told me he stands on your left side. And he just told me he was touching your shoulder. Did you feel that? He said, please tell her that I'm touching her shoulder. Did you feel that, AJ? He is there. He's just not there in physical form. He's there in spiritual form. Or I couldn't connect to your brother. He's there touching your shoulder. He says, I want you to know that I'm here for you. Because it's heavy, because when you cross your energy with dead energy, it's very heavy. Believe me, this is why I get so worn out when I do readings, because it's hard. He says, I want you to know that how much I love you. He says he sits there and watches you sleep. He said because he watches over you. He says he watches over you. That's why it feels like that, darling. He says, you can feel me, he says, you can feel me, he says. Well, this is still fresh for you because he only died last year, so this is still fresh grief. I know it's not, darling. I know it's not. I know. Sorry, you guys. He says, I know it's not the same. He says, but I want you to know that I'm here for you. He says, I'm trying to be here for you the best he can. Do you sometimes see numbers or something? He just mentioned numbers. Do you sometimes see numbers, like repeating numbers or something? Honey, I'm not doing a list, darling. Sorry. You guys hold comments. I'm in a reading. Thank you. You think about numbers. Well, that's what he's putting that in your head, because he's making you think about the numbers, because he's trying to communicate with you, he says. He was good at math. Oh, that's great. That's why you associate with the numbers, because he was good at math and he just wanted to give you numbers for him to remember him by. Do you kind of feel somebody walking behind you, but there's nobody there? Because he says that's him. I feel like you kind of feel somebody walking behind you when you go places or do something. Because he says that's just him. He just wants you to know that. Excuse me. No, honey, that you're not paranoid. That's him. He told me he knows that you feel him behind you. He says, that's just me. You don't need to be paranoid. I feel like you have a little bit of abilities as well. Get out of there. Get out of there. Don't let nobody ever HIT you. Get out of this situation. Yeah, he tells me you like know things. You're intuitive and stuff. You're kind of tuned into that side of you. Excuse me, sorry. Pardon me, you guys. Pardon me. You guys, AJ should be the only one commenting. Please don't make any comments right now. I appreciate it very much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. He just wants you to know that I'm okay. He's like, just please tell my sister I'm okay. I'm doing good. I'm doing okay. I miss you so much, he says. I just miss you so much. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm getting tired. He says, I'm with Dad. He just wants you to know he's with Dad. He's with Dad. That's what he just told me. He says, I'm with Dad. Since she wrote that, that's what he told me. I'm with Dad. I think it's him most of the time trying to reach out for you, darling. But I think you know that. I think because you guys were so close, he tries to reach out to you. He said, I think it's him. I think it's him. You can tell when it's your dad or him. I think it's mostly him though that tries to reach out to your dad sometimes, yes. He's there with you. Are you on the bed? Because he just told me he's sitting by you on the bed. Are you in the bed right now, AJ? Because that's what he just told me. If you're not, then that's where he's always sitting. Yeah, that's what he said. I'm on the bed. I'm here, sis. He said, oh, he was giving you a hug. He says he wants you to give him a hug. He was giving you a hug. An air hug. Of course, you can't feel him. Yes, Tori, you can't feel him, but he said he's there. Do you feel like sometimes you see your brother? Excuse me. Pardon me, 1 minute. I'm so sorry, you guys. You can tell I'm getting tired because my energy's getting drained. I did, Tammy. I did. I screen recorded. Yeah, you see him because he says that you see him. He just wants you to know, when you do that, he just wants you to know that he's okay. He's sad because he hated leaving you. He's sad because he hated leaving you. And he said, I never would have left you if this hadn't happened to me, he says. He's like, I just want you to know that I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Let me sit up for a minute, you guys. Just a minute. Ooh. I think he's sad because you're sad because he didn't want to leave you. He says, I never wanted to leave you, sis, but it just happened. It was a freak thing that happened to him. I know, you guys. Thank you so much. 114. Yay! I'm so excited, you guys. Sorry. Oh, you guys, I probably can't do any more after this because I'm getting too worn out. It happens when I do these. I get so tired. Yay, Crystal, that's great. Listen, he just wants you to know. He thanks you for being such a good sister. He says, you were such a good sister to me. He can't thank you enough. He felt so close to you. He says, you were a good big sister. I know, such a hard life for him. I know. He says you tried to help me the best you could. And he appreciates all your help, all of your love, and all of your support. Getting a little tired, you guys. That's when I know it's almost time to quit because it's wearing me out doing the readings. It does. It wears my energy out. I know. It does. It does. It does. It yawn. I don't mean to yawn, you guys. It just happens. Listen, AJ, I can feel the love your brother has for you. It's very, very strong. He said that is the best way that he could have passed away is like he was still sleeping in his sleep. He said it was so peaceful, he didn't even know what happened. I know, honey, your grandmother's in a lot of pain. I get it, honey. I get it. I get it. I do. He says, just please tell her I'm sorry for me, will you? That's what he just asked me. He said, please tell her how sorry he is. Will you do that? Listen, I'm gonna put this on my YouTube, so I'm gonna put this on my YT. So if you want her to rewatch it, you can, darling. Yeah, he said it was just so peaceful. He says it was so peaceful and so beautiful that he just went to sleep and drifted off to sleep and never woke up. That's exactly what happened, he says. That's what happened to my husband's dad, Ted, as well. His name was also Ted. He passed away in his sleep. He had a heart attack in his sleep, but he was like 60 or 61. But he had a heart attack in his sleep. It looked like he was still sleeping, but he was gone. Yeah, of course, Jody. Of course. I do private readings. Yes, you guys. Yeah, he's like, it wasn't painful, sis. It wasn't painful. Yeah, guys, I'm going to have to get off here in a minute because I'm starting to fall asleep, and I don't like when I do that. It makes me upset. I don't like trying to fall asleep in the middle of a reading, but the reading's almost over anyways. But listen, my bracelets are in. My necklace kept falling off. The one that I wore with my husband fell off. It broke, and then my bracelets are in my purse. You guys, because I have nerve problems on my wrists, I can't wear bracelets for very long. I'm too tired to do one more. I'm sorry, you guys. The most I can ever do is like 3 or 4. Then I get really, really tired. I get really, really tired. AJ, your brother just wants you to know. Thanks, Jen. I appreciate you, honey. Listen, your brother just wants you to know that please pass the word that I'm okay. Please tell Grandma how sorry I am and I love you. I love you and I love her very much. You were the best sister in the whole world. I'll be back on after work tonight. If not, it'll be in the morning because I don't know. Hey, Kim, thank you. He just wants you to know that he's okay. He's like, just please, please, please pass the word that I'm okay. He's emphasizing, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. I know, Sheila. I know, right? I know. And he just wants you to know, he's thanking you for being such a good sister. He's like, I couldn't have asked for a better sister. You guys were so close because you guys grew up together. You guys were so close in age that you grew up together. And you guys felt like twins because that's what he says. You guys felt like twins because you guys were so close together, he says. And he says, tell mom and dad I'm so sorry. Thanks, Jody. I appreciate that, darling. He says, tell mom and dad I'm so sorry. But please tell them that I'm okay. I'm falling asleep, you guys. I better get off here. Listen, honey, it was a good reading. Thank you for letting me do that. But he just wants you to know that, yes, he just wants you to know that he loves you and he misses you and he's okay. And he just thanks you for being such a good sister. He says, I passed away the best way I possibly could. In my sleep, he says. You guys, before I forget, I can now upload 60 minutes on here if I wanted to on a video. 60 minutes on a video. That's crazy. You're so welcome, darling. He misses you tremendously. He was a good-looking kid. He was. I can tell. You guys looked alike. I'm going to eat something. I don't know what. You guys, 121,000. Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate everything. You guys, I'm getting tired. I'm so sorry. I was trying to fall asleep and I wasn't meaning to, but it just, yeah, you look alike, don't you? Yeah, because that's what he said. You guys looked alike. Yeah, he said you guys almost look like twins. You guys were so close in age, he says. You guys almost look like twins. People sometimes thought you were twins. That's what he said. People sometimes thought you were twins. Yes, very similar. All right, darling, thank you for the reading. Thank you for the hand heart, Susie. It was an amazing reading. Thank you so very much. Yeah, He said, I love you. Please tell everybody that I'm okay and how much I love them. He says, please make sure that you tell them how much I love them, how much I miss them. And I just want you to know that I'm okay, that I'm doing fine. You're so welcome, darling. He says, please don't feel guilty. Please get peace, he says. He wants you to find peace. He says he knows you're not in peace right now. And AJ, honey, he wants you to find peace. That's his main goal for coming through today. He said, please, I want my sister to find peace. She needs peace, he says. He says, no, go find some. He says, I'm going to be with you forever. You just can't see me physically, but I'm here. I'm here. Yeah, it was good readings today, you guys. I'm just really, really tired. Good readings today, you guys. Good readings. I am Amy. I don't have time, you guys. I'm just going to rest because I have to work today at 3. So thanks, Poppy. You're so welcome, everybody. Thank you, AJ. Thanks for letting me read you your brother. He did amazing. He come through splendidly. Okay, you guys, let me get off here. Hold on. Just let me stop my screen recording.